Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning show here on Main Street TV, where we have a special guest in the studio today. And he is one of those people that I'm so envious of because I have not 1 ounce of artistic talent in my body, and you have all of it. And this is Riley Abrahamson, and we are going to be talking about something very special because you have an opening at the Markay tonight.
Absolutely, opening night.
Woohoo! Well, that is so exciting. Congratulations. Good for you. And if you could send some of your artistic talent this way, I would greatly appreciate it. But all right, well, I'll tell you what, we do have a message to play, and then we'll be back and talk with Riley about his show in just a moment.
At Vinton County National Bank, we believe in supporting the areas where we live and work. Now, we'd like to honor those who also serve our communities. Our new Community Champions account is especially for first responders, veterans, active military, and anyone employed in the fields of healthcare or education. This account offers rewards, discounts, and other benefits to those who give so much to others. Vinton County National Bank, rewarding those who serve.
All right, and we are back. That actually looks good. So, all right, we do this every morning. I was telling Riley, every morning we come in and our camera's all messed up. Somebody's moved it. But no, we are back with Riley Abrahamson, and we are going to talk about your special show coming up, and it starts tonight at the Markay. So tell us, I guess first off, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Jackson area, born and raised. I've spent my whole life here, just growing up and trying to do what I can in the community where I can. And
sure,
art seemed to be the big one there.
Man, so have you always been an artiste? Like, is it just something that always just came naturally to you, or?
It's been something that I've always, as long as I can remember being able to pick up a pencil, like it's been, I can remember growing up drawing on printer paper, cardboard, notebooks, anything I could get my hands on. So
really,
it's always been just a big fun thing for me to do, kind of therapeutic in like adult life,
sure,
but just entertaining throughout. Like
I'm just so envious of that because I wish that I could pick up a pencil and think that it was going to entertain me. Not so much.
Now
I just get frustrated.
There's some that kind of turn into, some start out smooth and then it doesn't go right, and you're adjusting this arm and this arm like 5 times, and this eye's up too high, and you're erasing and re-erasing, and it's just so some of them do kind of turn into a battle of, are you going to give up and walk away?
Who's going to win the battle?
You're going to draw this eye 37 times and finally maybe get it right, or, know that like try 33 was the best, and you're just
should have stopped
at
33.
Absolutely.
So how did you get started? Like, I know that it was an interest to you, but as a youngster, did you seek out like art lessons or anything of that nature?
No, not really. It's
always a God-given
just been,
talent.
It's always just been like experiment with different ones. I've done spray paint paintings over the years.
Well, that's fun.
With like layering and all that. I've done acrylic with paintbrush. A lot of my stuff now is with the alcohol markers that act kind of like a watercolor. So
okay,
it's
which is very difficult.
Yeah, it's very temperamental. The markers are a little more forgiving, but
okay,
it's definitely it's a journey of seeing what's out there and if it works.
I got you. All right. Well, that's good for you. So tell us. So is that your full-time job, or do you?
It's mostly on the side on there, but it's slowly transitioning into more of a like part-time,
Yeah.
kind of deal, and that's awesome.
That's pretty neat if you can do what you love to do and make a little money at it. That's a fantastic thing, right?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, let's tell everybody, or if you would, tell everybody a little bit about like what you love to draw? What everybody kind of has their niche, I think.
Absolutely. A lot of my stuff's versed in very nostalgia based, and you'll see that on display at the Markay.
Fun.
Like, it's a lot of Ninja Turtles. I'll never turn away Ninja Turtles.
Oh, there's one.
Spider-Man. I'm a big Spider-Man fan. And then there's just 90s cartoons. A lot of stuff from my childhood that I've watched and that a lot of our parents watched with us. And so I
That
like to
makes
kind of
sense.
bring those to the forefront again. And when people come by my booth, they'll go, I remember watching that, or it's my kid used to watch that, and it takes us back to that kind of simpler time and kind of gives you that moment to reminisce of like that time.
I love that because, and I don't know, did you grow up in the 90s? Okay. Well, I was a little before your time. But I do remember the getting up and, being a girl. It didn't matter, girl, boy, whatever. You got up and you watched Saturday morning cartoons.
Absolutely.
And they were all over the place, from superheroes to Smurfs and, just anything you could imagine. And we watched them all. And so it does take you back to kind of a more simple time where things were a little easier.
Yeah.
And, you're, oh my God, I slept in and didn't get to watch the Smurfs this morning.
100%. You got to wait a whole nother week now. You're like,
Oh, yes, because
now I'm behind. I don't know what happened.
don't know whether Gargamel got him this week or not. But and we didn't have on demand and we didn't have all that stuff. So you're right. You just had to wait another week.
Absolutely.
And God forbid there be like, something special, breaking news or something on the TV that ooh,
just like cuts it right off.
cut it right off.
midway.
Oh, yeah, that was just awful. So no, I totally get what you're saying. And so what was your when you were growing up, what were the cartoons and the things that you watched the most?
I was a huge fan of the X-Men in the 90s.
Okay.
Big fan of the Spider-Man cartoon. Ninja Turtles were like a constant. And then Power Rangers. I can remember always loving, like, as a kid, loving Power Rangers in the 90s.
Oh my gosh. So I have a funny story about Power Rangers. I grew up more in the 80s. And so when I was in college, I was in a sorority, we had to do volunteer hours. And so it was actually really cool because we worked it out to where we volunteered at the convention center in Columbus.
Nice.
So we got to see some concerts for free, or you got to see like Disney on Ice or whatever. Well, one of the ones that I got suckered into working was the Power Rangers.
Nice.
And, I didn't grow up watching the Power Rangers, so I'm just like, oh my gosh. And I have never seen kids more geeked in their lives.
Oh, it pumped everybody up.
They were, and it was like real people, and the kids were insane. I'll never forget it. They were so excited. And they gave us like these, I don't remember, but they gave us like you had to hold up these cards to give them energy or something. It was it was a whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
So that was like my one experience with Power Rangers. But I did realize and appreciate how important they were to the kids.
100%. I mean, at the time, I was probably one of those kids. Like,
You were probably there.
I was like sitting there just like holding up my
Holding
side,
up your energy card.
like grabbing the person next to me, like, they need more. Like, come on.
Oh my gosh, it was a hoot though. Yeah, so I can definitely appreciate what Power Rangers meant to. So were the Power Rangers, was it actually a cartoon or was it like a show with like people?
I know
Or was it both?
They might have done both, like, I know, like, it's still going on. Like,
Power
apparently
Rangers
it's
are?
like, it's a whole deal. Like, apparently
Liv says yes. Okay.
they've got, like, probably 20, 30 different types now, like, of shows and spinoffs. Like, but it was always actual people and they'd have the actual people in there in, like, a high school setting, and then they'd throw on the suits and, like, run out and fight bad guys.
Whenever I was growing up, they had Dino Thunder airing, which was like fully dinosaur themed and whatnot.
Was that Power Rangers but with dinosaurs?
Yes.
Adrian watched. Okay. Dino Thunder?
Power Rangers Dino Thunder. It was
Power Rangers Dino Thunder. So were the dinosaurs good guys or bad guys?
both.
Both. Okay.
Like it's like I think I watched the original, and then I think after that they became ninjas, and then like, somewhere after that there was dinosaurs, and then there was like space cops, and it's been.
Do they always wear the same outfits though?
I think they're all like different, kinda, or like.
Same colors, different outfits.
Same colors, different outfits. 'Cause, okay, all right. Here's a trivia question. What are the Power Ranger colors?
Red, blue,
There's a pink one, isn't there?
pink, yellow, and then black and green flip flop, depending.
All right. Red, yellow, blue, pink, and black and green. Okay. Did you know that?
Those were at least the colors in those two that I watched. And then there was white for like the green left and became the White Ranger there for a time. Like, so it was a whole thing, and
Was that scandalous?
it was like, because like he started out, Adrian. He was like the green one was a bad guy at first.
Yes.
And then like he
A
ended
bad
up,
guy Power Ranger?
So like he's showing up and he's beating them all up, and then like he all of a sudden decides, well, no, I'm not a bad guy, and so he's green for a while, and then after a while like goes white, and like
Because White's the good guy, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
And
the
he's
white
like-
hat in the cowboy movie.
he's like gets a whole new like giant robot thing to get in, and like it's a whole ordeal.
Thus giving you lots of opportunity to draw.
Yeah, there are down that route like so many different costume designs, and actually the weird thing, like up until this December, I had not drawn any Power Rangers.
No way!
Yeah.
Even though you grew up watching it.
Absolutely, like and then the reason then was for Final Boss Con down in Rio Grande.
Yeah.
They this year have a few Power Rangers guests, so the shirt design for it has all the character voice actors that will be there. So there's Rob Paulson, a Ninja Turtle, Alpha 6, I think it is, the robot. He'll be there. Zordon's face person will be there, and then Babu will be there, one of the bad guys. But all the like 3 Power Ranger people will be there.
You're speaking some other kind of language. But that's okay.
Which there's some solid ones there. Like I guarantee you, Rob, you've heard Rob's voice somewhere. Like that man has been in the industry forever. Like
That's awesome. And he'll be there?
he was a couple different Ninja Turtles. He was in Animaniacs, Jimmy Neutron.
Okay.
What, Adrian? You probably know some more. Like the list goes like so crazy on like.
That is so
Of
cool.
all these 90s characters, like.
And you get to meet him at Final Boss Con? Mm-hmm. When is that?
It's April 25th and April 26th.
They'll be in to talk about it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really cool. And that thing is growing, and it's in Rio Grande. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's so neat.
They get people, like, literally, not just, like, it started out, they were getting people from, like, Northern Ohio, maybe West Virginia.
Sure.
There are literally people coming from multiple states away just to come and see it and be a part of it. And
That's really cool.
awesome.
It's just, like, really, from the first year to now, it's just really exploded. So that brings me to my next question is, you were telling me off the air that through your artwork, and going to some of these different events, do you go as like a vendor or do you go, okay, so, and you've gotten to meet like some really cool people.
Absolutely.
So tell us about, how you and your artwork, how that's brought you to meet some of these interesting people.
I've over the last couple of years especially, I've really made a push of sharing that love of art further out as well as like in the community. And I've done some big events up in Northern Ohio, West Virginia, and through those I've got to meet a lot of the voice actors of these people that portray the characters. And so anytime I meet them, I've either gone up, talked to them for a little while, given them the original sketch, or I'll give them a print of the sketch, and then some of them will sign the original. So like I have some of my
Okay.
originals on the wall with little messages from, you know, this person right above their character, and it's just been a really like surreal like experience.
Do you ever get like starstruck and you're like,
There's been
or like, hee?
There's been like a couple that have been like really like up there. That there was December was actually one big one, that there was a guy who's voiced tons of characters that I grew up on,
Okay.
and characters I loved, and I was like, he's very, very hard to meet. His lines are always huge, and so I was like, me and my buddy Heaven's there. He's like, we're gonna go early Friday. We gotta get him Friday. Saturday's impossible. Sunday's
Yeah.
impossible. And so we roll up super early Friday, and we're waiting. We're right there. We're like meter you away. We're right there. And then this staff person walks by and goes, he's late. He had a flight delay due to weather. He'll be here at like 5 p.m. And then we're like, I'm not going to meet him.
Oh,
And
no.
his agent happened to be there, and she swung around and she handed us a little note. And she's like, this is your skip the line pass. Please come back.
Stop.
Yeah. So then, like, I'm like literally like walking up. I'm like, please let this be
You're
real.
like, this is legit.
I'm like, I'm gonna walk up, and she's gonna be like, looking at the note and like laugh and be like, that's not a thing.
Be like, oh, it's JK.
But it was crazy. And then like I came up, my buddy came up there, and we gave her the note thing, and she went and explained to him, and he was super, super nice. Like we talked for like 15, 20 minutes. He signed my original, and it was just like, it was insane. Like,
Wow.
I think in that moment it wasn't as bad, because a lot of times they're behind their booth, so like you're talking to them, there's at least you to me away.
Yeah.
And I had asked him at the end, I was like, do you care to hold it up and I'll take a picture? And he's like, yeah, sure. So I reached down to get in my pocket, and when I look up, he's gone. And I'm like, what the heck? And I look over, and he's right here next to me, and he's like,
No.
are we selfieing this? Can someone help? And I'm like, at that point, I kind of froze up. I'm like, this isn't real.
Gosh.
So then, like, the people behind us were super nice, and they're like snapping a million photos,
That
and he's
is
just
awesome.
like showing it off every which way.
Yay.
So that was the moment where it really that was like the kind of starstruck moment, because I'm like, just thinking it's just this quick like little interaction. He's
Right.
whipped over here, and he's like, come on, let's do it.
So who was this human that you got to meet?
His name's Chris Sabat.
Okay.
And he, one of my favorite shows was also like Dragon Ball Z. He was literally like 15, 20 voices in that.
Isn't it wild that they can be like that many people in
Yeah.
one show?
Like he was dragons in it. He was bad guys in it. He was good guys in it. Like he was literally like almost everybody that, like, when you'd watch it, you're like, who's that big green guy in the cape? That's him. Who's this dude with the huge black hair? Like, that's him. Like, who's this entire squad of like 5 bad guys? Those are him.
How do you keep track of all those characters? You know what I mean? Like to
Yeah.
voice them all and have them all be different.
And all of, like, some of them have different like kind of accents and like dialects, and like some, like, they're just completely.
You have to be a genius to do that.
It's crazy how he can just like shift from like more serious to like California surfer to like laid back to just like grisly evil. Like, the dude has range, and it's insane.
Love that. And I'm so glad for you that happened. Like, that is a fun, cool story.
Thank you.
It's always neat, you know, I feel like everybody should have like a fun celebrity, you know, story at some point or another.
Absolutely.
Well, cool. Well, let's talk for a minute about your exhibit at the Markay and your reception tonight and all that.
Yeah.
How did that come to be?
I've known Jules for a long, long time. We've played music together over the years, and she knew I had really dove into my art. And with them having different openings in that, she had approached me last fall saying, you know, would this be something you'd be interested in? Is there a month that works for you, you know, better on there? And so
Cool.
right around, I think, December time, we locked down for March, and I've been prepping away for that.
So were you like, oh no, the pressure's on. I've got to do some new stuff.
It was really cool in there because like I have 30 pieces in it, but they're spanning from multiple years back up to now. So like there's progression there. There's, you know, something that was done on this picture and down the line might not be done that way. And, you know,
As you've grown as an artist over time or changed.
and then like style, like there's different things in the way that I'll line the pieces versus the way that I used to. So it's literally it's a hand-picked 30 pieces out of all my pieces, just the like top 30 that I was like, yeah, I like this.
The ones
like,
that are, and you know, it's all subjective, right? So it's just, you have to pick, I mean, I'm sure that you have hundreds of pieces, right? So you have to pick what speaks to you and hope that it speaks to everybody else.
Absolutely. It was kind of tricky because it's like, you like so many, you're not putting a piece out there that you're like, no, I hate it. Like,
Sure.
So every piece has some level of, okay, I like this enough to be vulnerable and put it out there. But
Yeah.
there are definitely like your favorites, and like I have my portfolio book there for all the events, and like I'm flipping through it and I'm like, okay, I love you. Do I love you more? Ooh. I can't just have all, you know, this type. So there's a mix of it, you know. There's that comic book, there's that 90s cartoon, there's, you know, Transformers in there, there's different anime ones in there. But it was just like, it was kind of hard in some points because it's like there's dozens and dozens of Ninja Turtles, and I'm like,
all the Ninja Turtles.
How do I pick some that I really like without it just being, you know, a night of turtles? Like,
all the turtles.
absolutely.
In a half shell. Turtle
100%.
power. Yeah. So, okay. So tell everybody what they'll get to see when they come to see your exhibit.
Like I said on there is 30 pieces of it. There is kind of a mix, you know, if you like Ninja Turtles, I promise you there's stuff in there that you will like. If you like Pokemon, there are Pokemon in there.
Oh, yeah.
Spider-Man, plenty of Spider-Man. Transformers. I know Matt's super excited over there he's been eyeballing the Transformers print.
Oh, wait. So are those some of that will be in?
Mm-hmm. Those were, I took those the night I was finishing my framings and just getting everything kind of numbered in what order I wanted, what kind of layout. So there is definitely some Ninja Turtles there. The little blue one down the corner is from Studio Ghibli movies. I have some
So
video
cute.
game, like the one down on the bottom left is from a video game called Pikmin. So there's a variety for people who like video games, and then like anime or like that 90s, like it's called the Retro Expo because a lot of it is just stuff that we've seen hanging around since the 90s or hanging around since the early 2000s.
See. Okay.
So it's definitely an exhibit that'll kind of take you back and make you think of those Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. I think I was like kind of in between Transformers. I don't know. But I did see like the first movie and I really enjoyed it. I thought that was really cool. And then I think back like how fun that would have been as a kid to have this like gadget that becomes something else. Like that would have been so fun.
I was horrible with them. I was very
really?
rough on my
Could
toys.
you not figure out how to, or you just...
I was just so rough, and like on a lot of those, you have to bend them and like twist and turn.
They're like a puzzle.
Yeah, and like some like you got to pop out and like twist and turn this way, and like if you accidentally turn it the wrong way, it's like bending and snapping, and like I'm like,
oh, there's so many Transformers.
I was so rough on it. That it's like this car has 3 wheels. It's missing like the roof because it snapped off. Like
you're like, I'm so sorry.
Or some of them were just so hard to like do that it's just like, well, you're now a robot forever because
Yep, because you're not going back to a car.
Because it was before the times of like YouTube and all that.
Sure.
So it was like you literally just had this little piece of paper in the package and like you're sitting there hanging out with this toy and you're throwing stuff away and then all of a sudden it's like, where's that paper? So you can't just like go on the internet and be like, you know, YouTube, how to transform. Like,
Oh my
so
gosh.
it's literally just like, you are a robot forever. You are a
Now
car
we're
forever.
stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just have to buy a new one. No, I always thought those were so cool. And like, I mean, you think about whoever engineered those suckers to like come up with a way to make something turn into
Yeah.
something completely different.
100%.
And then we give them to small children with all the little parts. That was brilliant too, but you know, that's neither here nor there. So let's talk about the details of your reception tonight, because
Yeah.
I assume that everybody's invited.
100%. It is 100% free to the public. Everyone's able to come and go. It does start at 7 p.m., usually runs until 9.
Okay.
9 or whenever Jules tells us to get out. You know, she might turn the lights out and be like,
She's
"Go
like
home."
that now, I'm telling you. No, just kidding.
Then she might just be like, you know what, it's past 9, it's Thursday, go
That's
home. Like,
fine.
you know, we're over 30, you should be in bed by 9. Like, come on. Like,
This is way past our bedtime. Get us
like I'm
out of
staying
here.
up late for this for Jules. Like, you know. So, but yeah, it is. It's free to the public. Anybody that wants to come hang out. It is really nice because the event goes on the entire month. So if whatever reason, busy, out of town, something,
Yeah.
as long as the Markay's doors are open, you can go in and check it out. So it has self-guided. Tonight's just kind of the night where everybody can kick it off, celebrate together. I'll be there the whole duration.
Well, and I think it's really important. I mean, to come in, you can walk around because I've gone to numerous ones of these, and you can go into the Markay on your own and walk around, and you can look at the art and you can appreciate it and whatever. But if you're actually talking to the artist and they tell you, do you see that right there? That's I did this because blah blah blah,
Yeah.
and then you're like, okay, this is so much more meaningful
100%.
because you're explaining why you did something or why you put something in there. So I always think that it's really fun to come to these receptions
Absolutely.
so that you can meet the artist and figure out what was going through their mind
Yeah, and I mean, I
or not.
can't make any promises that there was thoughts going through it. So
Right, exactly. I wasn't thinking, I was just drawing.
it's like, it just goes autopilot, and it's just like, like everything else just stops. So, but there are definitely more pieces that do have some sort of story behind them that is really cool.
I think that is so neat. So how do you, and I know you probably can't explain it, but like, I see something in my head and it doesn't translate from here to here. It just, there's like a wall. Like, how does it come into your head and then come out your hand? I don't understand that.
A lot of it, it starts as basic shapes.
Okay.
It's kind of the easiest way to like say it is like, if we're talking like just a face is simply, or even a head, it's simply a circle with a line down the middle that extends, and then a line down the middle of that. And then from there you can get kind of the brow, and then the line down you can kind of taper to get kind of like an exaggerated U shape. And then that frames out that to bring in lower lines to box out the eyes and that, but it's all basic shapes that you then slowly turn.
Okay.
Or like a torso, might be like an upside down like egg shape. And then once you go from there, you can add in like the chest, you can taper in for like the sides, but everything originally starts as like, you've probably seen those like the little like wooden, they're usually in craft supply aisles. and
Yeah,
that.
I know what you're
Like
talking
little wooden
about.
dolls. It's literally that. It's, it's circles and ovals and long squares and rectangles, and then you kind of take that and make them less boxy. But it starts out very boxy,
Okay.
and then that way you're not like super deep into a piece and you're like, I hate this pose, or I hate this angle, or it doesn't work. Like,
Or the proportions are off
so
or
with
something.
it, you're just looking, you're like, okay, this circle and this rectangle and that, this looks good. Like, yeah, it's a weird process with that, because you're just like, this circle's here, this rectangle's here, this one's here. No, I don't like that. Let's bring this down. And then you're drawing a
Okay.
rectangle, and it's not, you've drawn this whole arm and detailed it, and then you just kind of like step back and you're like, I hate it.
Yeah.
And then you just got to erase it all, and you're far deeper in than just that basic shape that kind of
Gotcha.
shows you that initial pose.
Okay, well, I've learned something today.
100%. Yeah.
I mean, you're saying that like it's simple.
It gets simpler. Like it definitely it's drawing's a muscle like anything else. You know, if you
Sure.
go to the gym and you train it, your muscle's going to get stronger. Same thing with drawing. You know, you practice these shapes enough time, you draw enough circles and rectangles, it gets a little bit easier and starts making more sense.
Yeah. So, are you a lefty or a righty?
Righty.
Okay. I'm a lefty. It's also so it is a right-handed world. I'm just going to complain for a minute about that. Like, even like what sick and twisted person took notebooks and put like a binder thing on this side so you can't.
Yeah.
It's mean.
It is. Like
It's not right.
There's somehow never really been anybody like mainstream that's been like, we need the left-handed notebook.
I agree. Like,
Right.
I can turn a notebook upside down, but you shouldn't have to.
No. It's like you got to do that or like reverse it and then like instead of the cover, it's
backwards.
the back.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
It's like, come on, just like slap that spiral on, put it in the machine backwards, like something. Like there's got to be.
You know, that might be my $1 million idea.
There you go.
Left-handed everything. But no, they say that left-handed people are supposed to be creative. Not this one.
You just might not have found what that is yet. I mean, you know, it could be. I mean, people knit, crochet, people quilt, people draw, they paint, music. Like it could be any sort of creativity.
I just don't see it.
It's out there. You'll find it.
Okay. Well, if I haven't found it in 50 years, I don't have a lot of faith in it. But that's okay. So how has your, you mentioned this, but how has your style or your art changed over the years?
A lot of it's just digesting kind of the artists that really inspire me. That there's some artists that have done actual stuff for Marvel and other like comic franchises and those, or different animators, or there's a couple people I've met that do like the box art for different collectibles. And so seeing those styles and just, you know, looking at something and being like, I like that. Like, there's always, if it's that, for me, it's that bright, vibrant colors. I like colors that pop. I go especially heavy on my outlines whenever I'm inking. So, like, the outlines are going to be very bold, very, you know, very dark, thick lines. And then the inside details are going to be a little thinner.
Okay.
But it's definitely bright, vibrant colors and that line variation for me.
And that's just your style as opposed to how other people would do it. Do you have an example? Like, do we have an example of what you're...
The one that was all of them framed was a really, really good one of that had Raphael and those. The bold lines on like the outline of the Ninja Turtles and then the outline of the robots versus
I see.
like the mouth, the eyes, the bandana itself's a lot thinner.
Okay, yeah.
But that thick outline really makes it pops, it draws the eye into that, and then just the bright, vibrant colors on it. I like to use a lot of white space to really make some characters pop.
Yeah.
And then on the ones with backgrounds, you risk kind of how do you make this background without kind of meshing the character into it.
Into it.
So
yeah,
those
I can
thick
see that.
lines kind of like make it just stand out, like draw to that character versus the background.
And do you, I mean, I don't know, I'm just asking in general, do artists tend to create like a Ninja Turtle or a Power Ranger or something like in their own manner, or do you have to keep it to like exactly how they are in real life?
I feel like some characters have less liberties you can take than others.
Okay.
The turtles are a very, very good example of one where you have probably seen 20, 30, 40 different like designs or variations of turtles. And so that's one of the cool things. Even the ones working on the comic runs versus like the animated shows and those.
Sure.
Everybody kind of has, you can look at certain ones over the years and you can say, that's so and so Ninja Turtle, or that's so and so's like.
Because
that
they
you
have
can-
their own style of
Yeah.
how they make the Ninja Turtle. Mm-hmm. That makes
like,
sense.
I can look at some of them. I can be like, that's Jim Lawson's run that he jumped in the '90s. That's his comic run due to the way he'll crosshatch in it or like shade in it.
Gotcha.
And then you can look and be like, no, that's Aaron Hazori's, more polished box art run, and you're like, you can tell that each one kind of takes their own interpretation of it. Like we all know their bandanas and shells and their weapons and that, but
Yeah, there's the basics. There's
the face shape
colors
will change,
and all that.
like the eye style will change. Sometimes the build will change that they'll make.
Well, and I think sometimes people make different characters look more angry or sweet or whatever too.
There are some that have made one character a little more tall and lanky, or this character that's normally shorter's way bigger, way bulkier, like that. And then some of them have made them kind of more almost like the Hulk, where they're all just very, very large, very muscular, and then some are just more streamlined. There's some that made them more teenage, more lanky, long lanky, and that versus So there's all kinds of like liberties people have taken on those. Whereas like some of the others, I guess you could still put your spin on them, but there's certain ones that if you deviate too far, people are like, wait a minute, no, that's
you
not
don't mess
them.
with that. Yeah. Well, I just think, in using an example, like you went to Jackson, I went to Jackson. The Jackson Ironman mascot over the years, how people have interpreted it in different ways. There's the almost cartoonish one, which I felt like we had growing up, and now he's become more of like a person looking.
There was
I mean,
it was
still
all
like
blocks.
crazy. It was blocks, but it was like crazy, but like. Then he got blocky with muscles and stuff. And I'm like, whoa, that's not the one that I remember. But
He went from being like cardboard boxes stacked to
Yes.
just being this like jacked robot.
yes. So, you think about that over the years and I guess that would be kind of like the Incredible Hulk or something like that, where you would have different interpretations of how he actually looks.
Absolutely.
Lou Ferrigno. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, that is so awesome. This has been so fun talking with
For
you
sure.
about art.
Yeah, it's been great having the time to come down. I'm glad that you guys invited me to come talk about it.
Heck yes. So, what are your future plans? Is there anything that you're looking forward to? Maybe I know we have the BossCon in Rio. Is there any other places that you're going to be going? Oh, and I didn't ask you, will some of your art be for sale at the Markay?
Actually, that one, the biggest thing for the art show is everything there is for sale.
Okay.
What I did with it, just from where there were pieces I wanted to share that were commissions that were sent off or given to like the voice actor, I don't have all the originals of what I wanted to share.
Gotcha.
And then two, with the originals, you have to usually charge a lot more for them because it's a one-off with it.
It's one of a kind.
But with these, everything single one there is a framed print.
Okay.
And they're all wire backed. They're all ready to go. But I was able to make it more affordable to where I've always believed that art shouldn't have like a paywall. You shouldn't be able to, like, everyone should be able to walk in and say, I want that, and then it'd be fairly reasonable to be like, okay, I want that, but it should be, oh, I want that, let's go get it.
Yeah.
So everything there is a framed print. It's ready. I mean, you got to drill a hole in the wall, put a screw in, hammer a nail in, it's ready to hang. Like,
Love that.
Everything there is very affordable. It's all prints versus the original, just so every single one of the 30, if there's something for you, you snag it.
Heck yeah. Which is also another reason why you need to come to the reception tonight, because somebody else might snag it before you snag it.
100%.
You snooze, you lose, right? Well, what are some of the other places that you are looking forward to attending, or who are you looking forward to meeting next?
The big one is Final BossCon coming up. It's definitely one of my favorites of the area. After that, in the fall, Mothman Festival is always a good time.
Oh, yeah.
I do 2.5 days down there, and it's always a blast.
I've never been to that one. Isn't it the same time as like the Apple Festival or something? Doesn't it?
I think
I think it coincides with something else that goes on around here.
that it's usually, I want to say it's September. I want to say like 20th,
Yeah,
21st, and 22nd.
that's
this
Apple
year.
Festival time. Yeah.
But it's huge. Like there's like 40,000 people in attendance.
How many pictures do you have of you in the Mothman's butt? I need to know.
I haven't surprised like.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
I need to go down and do it like not during that, because they're literal like it is a celebrity of its own. When you go down there, there are lines and people just sitting there for hours to drop off a pepperoni roll or a Mountain Dew to take a picture with the butt. Like it's literally like you leave there and there are stacks of Mountain Dew and people put coins on it.
How is that? Like what does all that mean?
Thing.
How did that get to become a thing? Do you know?
No, and
I don't either.
What's funny is I had a friend ask. He does a lot of stuff with the museum down there.
Yes.
And he asked him. He's like, "There's all these things about people putting coins on the butt and like taking pictures. What is that?" And the guy's like, "I wish I could tell you. It's one of those things that like." He's like, "You look out and somebody's doing it, and the next thing you know, the next day 2 people are doing it, and then the next day 3 people are doing it." And he's like, "They're literally just there's so much going on out there now that it's like it blew up and became a thing out of nowhere, and
But no one knows why." I love that. Who's the first person that's like, "I'm just gonna set Mountain Dew here and see if I can start a trend."
Like literally, like they'll find like pepperoni rolls laying out, they'll find Mountain Dew setting out, like it's just it's wild.
It is so it was so funny. I was in Gallipolis one day with my husband, and we were driving down, like Route 7. I was like, "Get on the bridge," and he's like, "Why?" And I'm like, "Just get on the bridge and go to Point Pleasant. We're gonna go see the Mothman statue. I've never done that before."
Yeah.
And so we went over there, and it was like just like a regular like weekday, and there wasn't anyone around. Well, there were by the time we left. I'm like, "My God, it's like a Tuesday at like 2, and there's like people lined up now." So it is definitely a thing.
And that festival itself, like they have people from other states. They have people come from other countries for it.
For the
like,
Mothman
for
Festival.
the Mothman weekend. Like there was someone who came over by my booth. They were from Wales. On Sunday there was someone who was from Ireland. Like
Isn't
they
that
came over
amazing?
and like they were literally like that was their whole thing. They're like, "Yeah, we've been trying to come for years and we were finally able to make it." And it's like to Point Pleasant, West Virginia
Right.
to see the Mothman. Like it's like how wild like that you'd hop on a plane and fly 5-6 hours over just to
see a little
the
metal
Mothman.
statue.
Yeah.
Do you think that there really was a Mothman?
I mean, I've never seen him, but I've never not seen him, so.
It's kind of like Bigfoot. You just never know. I think that people were seeing something.
Yeah.
Whatever it was, it is just this folklore that continues on because we don't know.
I think it's one of those things that it's more fun thinking that there is something.
To not know.
Like, it's more fun,
Yeah.
like, to have that doubt or that hope, and it's like, than to just know concrete, like, yes, no, like.
You're right. Speaking of being creative, it gives you like that whole thing to think about it, and whatever.
Absolutely.
So. Well, cool. Well, Riley, this has been so fun talking with you. Make sure you get to the Markay tonight at 7 p.m. And see his expedition, if you will, or exhibition, not expedition, exhibition. And you'll be so happy that you did because he is a very, very talented man. So, all right. Well, I'll tell you what, Jeremiah is waiting in the wings for some news. So let's do a couple of messages and we'll be back right after this.
From breaking news to heartwarming stories, the Telegram is your ticket to the latest buzz in town.
Read your daily dose of local headlines, sports, and entertainment and more, in hand and on paper.
Get a print and digital subscription for only $7.95 per month. Delivered fresh every Wednesday and Saturday.
Visit thetelegramnews.com or call 740-286-3023 today.
Don't just read the news, be a part of it.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
Hey, we're back, and Jeremiah is here.
I feel like something weird's happening over here on the screen, but I don't know. Is that just me?
I have a duck on my head, I just realized.
I don't know. I feel like there's a crack. Is there a crack? Oh, there we go.
Oh, now I've
but now
got a
you're
crack.
cracking on the other side.
Thanks a lot, buddy.
Sorry, my bad. Just
My
touch
head
it.
hurts from that thing standing on it.
Just touch it.
Here,
Watch. She just built a whole brick wall
there.
with her bare hands.
I fixed it.
Very good.
Okay.
So Pete's out this morning. He asked
Yeah,
me
he's
to
covering some other stuff.
asked me to swing by and go over some news. He left me a nice little note, and he left me some items to go over. And we're gonna start though with something I covered yesterday morning.
Yeah.
This was the City of Jackson Visitors and Conventions Commission Board. That's a mouthful. I always like to call it the Jackson City Tourism Board.
Yeah. Convention and Visitors Bureau or something. I don't
Yeah.
know what the official thing is.
Yeah, no, it's a mouthful. But they met yesterday morning, Wednesday, March 4th, to award tourism funds to those who met application deadlines.
Okay.
And they also, have to meet certain guidelines to be awarded the money. I mean, they're not just going to give you money
Right.
for anything. It's got to meet certain things. But that board is made up of 3 people. You have Jackson City Council President Dan Fawkes, who serves as the chairman. You have Jackson City Councilman Ryan Peters, and you have Jackson City Auditor Brett Reed. And the commission is funded by the proceeds of revenue collected through the bed tax.
Okay.
And that's money from like the local hotels. Comes off of that, I guess, or it's
Right.
incorporated in that. And this was their second meeting. They had met, it would have been on the morning of, let me see here. It must have been, gosh, when was it? I didn't write it down. They've met once before.
Okay.
And I think it was sometime in February. They met.
Sure.
I've not got the right date in here on this. But anyway, the purpose of the commission is to attract tourists and visitors to the city of Jackson and the surrounding areas. And they can initiate, promote, and support events that will develop, cultured interest and tourist attractions in the area. And there's always a number of individuals in attendance for this because, there's all these different groups and organizations that are seeking funds. And I've got a list here. I'll go through each of the organizations, what they asked for,
Okay.
and what they were awarded, and then we'll go back and I have what they were looking to use those funds for.
Okay. Gotcha.
So, Wellston City now has that Parks and Rec
Yeah.
department, and Katie was in not
Yes.
too long ago. They were looking they had requested $10,000 to go towards Gus Macker.
Yes.
Well, I guess I was going to.
You're fine.
Let me come back to those.
Okay.
Let me just go through the amounts real quick. It'd be easier to go through the amounts, and then we'll come back to what the funds were for. So they requested $10,000, and they were awarded $5,000. The Jackson Alumni
Yes. Association.
Yep. They had requested $3,500.
Mm-hmm.
They were awarded $3,500. The Wellston Ohilco Society, they requested $10,000 and were awarded half of that, so $5,000. The Jackson Area Festivals and Events, who does the Apple Festival,
Yes.
they requested $10,000 and were awarded $8,000.
Okay.
So let me flip the page here. I told her before we started here, this is just happened so
He's
new
got his little
yesterday.
reporter
I've got
notebook.
my
It's
little
so
reporter
cute.
notebook, and we're flipping through where I took notes. So the Appalachia Old Car Club, They
Yep.
requested $2,000 and were awarded $2,000. The Jackson County Gear Grinders requested, it was $2,500 for a cruise in, and they were awarded $1,000. And then they had also were seeking funds for their Christmas cheer, the shifting gears for Christmas
Yeah.
cheer, but that didn't meet the guidelines. That application did not,
Okay.
to be able to get funds through this particular
Gotcha.
entity. So no funds there on that one. The Jackson County Fair, so that's they requested $10,000, were awarded $8,000. The Jackson Firefighters Association, they do the fireworks each year, 4th of July and Christmas. They requested $24,000, and they were awarded $8,000. So anybody interested in helping towards
Helping with the
donations,
fireworks, yeah.
get a hold of them. The Southern Hills Arts Council, which this actually fell under, would have been Movies at Manpower. They operate underneath Shack.
Yeah.
They were requesting funds, and I didn't write down what it was. They ended up not awarding any funds to Movies at Manpower because Ryan Peters felt like the city rec department would be able to help with the funds they were needing.
It could come from somewhere else. Yeah.
Because they only have so much money to work with.
Yeah, they
It was
do.
like a little over $80,000 that they had to divvy up, between these different entities. Let me see here if it says how much they were looking for on that one. I should have checked to make sure that I wrote that down. Looks like they were looking for, it was a little over $1,600. And like I said, it sounded
Maybe
like
it
the
can
city,
come from somewhere else.
Yeah, it sounded
Yeah.
like the city rec department, City of Jackson rec department may be able to help with that. The Jackson County Livestock Committee, they requested $5,000 and were awarded $1,500. Flip the page here. The Jackson County Tourism, so this is the county tourism board. The CBD or CDB or I don't know. They always have these long names.
Yeah.
And anyway, we shorten them. But they requested $3,500 and were awarded $1,500. Jackson County Forward requested $10,000 and were awarded $5,000. The Oak Hill Festival of Flags requested $4,000 and got $4,000.
Okay.
The Big Red Diamond Club requested $5,000 and were awarded $4,000. The Jackson Area Chamber of Commerce requested $5,000 and got $5,000. Apparently, here at Total Media, we had an application in for funds, and they kind of skipped over ours, and then came back to us at the end. And by that point, they were out of money,
Gotcha.
so we didn't receive anything this year. But I think the guys like advertising use that money to help offset costs for to draw tourism, I guess.
Yeah.
Is my understanding on that.
Yep.
But let me see here. I think we're almost done. The Kiwanis Club requested $3,500, and they were awarded $3,000.
Okay.
And then the Southern Hills Arts Council had another request. This was themselves making a request. They requested, I think it was $4,500, and they were awarded $2,000. And then the Lillian Jones Museum requested $5,000, and they were awarded an odd number. They received $2,974.
Huh?
It was towards the end, so yeah. And then the Jackson Historical Society requested $3,000 and got $2,000.34. So all the money was divvied up, is my understanding. And
Okay, I got it.
yeah, so I have a list here that I can go through real quick, and then we'll touch on these couple little things that Pete left me. So the Wellston Parks and Rec, they were looking for funds for the Gus Macker, which is coming up in August this year. First time there's ever been a Gus Macker in Jackson County.
Pretty cool.
It's going to be big. And then the other thing was youth sports projects and tournaments. So they have a lot of different tournaments during the summer months, and they have a beautiful facility there off State Route 327. So that's what they were requesting funds for. The Jackson Ironman Alumni Association, they were requesting funds for their Memorial Day weekend event. I think they call it the Happenings.
Yeah, the happening.
Happenings. It's the alumni program. The Jackson, let me see here. The list says let's see, Wellston Ahilco Society. I guess we're skipping around a little bit. They were seeking funds for 3 events. Their July 4th event, which that would be your celebration of our nation.
Yep.
The Ahilco Festival, and then they also at Christmas time do that Christmas treats on Wellston streets. And then Jaffe, for the Apple Festival, they were seeking funds to help offset the costs of entertainment. And then a thing that they're bringing this year, going to hear it here first, is they would like to bring professional big-time wrestling.
What?
Yeah, it's going to be set up in the intersection of Main and Broadway, and this is big-time professional wrestling.
At the Apple Festival?
At the Apple Festival.
Stop.
They're going to set it up in front of the Main Street stage there, I guess, this year.
That is awesome.
Yeah, no, hear it here first. The Appalachia Old Car Club, they were seeking funds for trophies for the car shows they
Sure.
do. And
You want to
then,
talk about bringing people into the area. Holy moly.
Yeah, that may have been that was the Gear Grinders. The Gear Grinders trophies, but it's probably similar on the other one there too. Yeah, on the other one, it was the Appalachia Old Car Club, that monthly cruise-in, door prizes, trophies, advertising, T-shirts.
Oh, yeah.
Jackson County Fair, Jackson County Fair promotion, advertising, and events. And then we had the Christmas fireworks, 4th of July fireworks for the fire department. The movies at Manpower was to help offset costs with that.
Sure.
I think she was wanting to try to do like a Friday night instead of a Thursday. And then the Jackson County Livestock Committee was the Friday at the Fairgrounds Haunted Barn.
Yep.
Wanted to kind of do some more with that, I guess. And then the Jackson County Tourism, the $3,500, they want to install one of those big chairs like you see like when you go to places.
Yeah.
I guess it's like a touristy type thing. You climb. I don't
Like
think
the
I've
big
ever.
Adirondack
Yeah, I've
chair?
seen them, but I
Yeah.
don't know if I've ever climbed up in one. Like looking back, maybe at the beach or something.
Yeah. Where's it going to go? Did they say?
They said they'd like to do it somewhere like up by the courthouse or somewhere there,
Yeah.
but I think they have to still talk to people to make sure wherever it's going. But the plans is they were seeking funds from the Jackson Tourism to help pay for the Jackson chair, but the plan is to put a chair in each of the 4 communities.
Okay.
So they'd all be themed per the village or per the municipalities. So there'd be one in Jackson, one in Colton, one in Oak Hill, and one in Wellston. They'd all be themed to those different communities.
Fun.
So, and then Jackson County Forward was seeking those funds to create a mural on the new retaining wall on Broadway Street there, next to the courthouse.
By the courthouse.
Yeah, where it's it's just all gray right now.
Yeah.
They want to hire it's a professional artist that does these, and the price tag was like $25,000.
They can get pricey.
And I don't know, the way they talk, it's just there's something to see, I guess, when they're finished with them. We're almost done here. I feel like I'm boring people. This is important stuff, though. It's different stuff.
Yeah.
It's going on in the communities that we cover here. Festival flags, they were just looking to expenses, sound system, entertainment, that kind of stuff. What is it? The Red Diamond folks. It says field development, maintenance, concessions for the tournaments that draw in folks. And then I'm trying to think who this was. The Freedom 5K.
That's
the
the
chamber.
Kiwanis.
Is that the chamber? That's the chamber that does
Is it
that
chamber?
one, is it? Yeah, I think the chamber does.
Oh, yeah. Kiwanis does the Apple Festival.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Freedom,
Freedom 5K, sidewalk markets, events.
Yeah, that would be the
Um,
chamber.
And then, let me see here. The other Southern Hills one was for the Roots Festival
Yep.
that they hold and to do like advertising and stuff.
Okay.
And then the Kiwanis, like you said, the local 5K
Yep.
at the Apple Festival, Downtown Beautification Project, which Kurt Wiggins was there and he spoke up and said that this year, where they're doing all the downtown improvements,
Mm-hmm.
apparently there's going to be twice as many lights installed in the downtown area.
Okay.
So there's going to be twice as many flowers.
Gotcha. Sweet.
So be
The
interesting
Judy
to see.
Project is expanding.
Be interesting to see what that looks like.
Be beautiful.
And the Historical Society was wanting to purchase a historical marker. Mm-hmm. And I can't remember. I don't have a note here on because that was like the last thing that was spoken about. So I can't remember. And then the other one, the very last one, the Southern Hills Art Council, was the 2026 shows, events, and advertising. They talked about like a kids musical to help offset those costs. So
Awesome.
anyway, I think that's a rough rundown. We'll have a full story in a future edition if you ever
Yeah.
want to sit down and read through all those. Let me go through these real quick and see what Pete left me here. I know he wanted me to remind folks that the Downtown Chocolate Walk is happening this evening. Mm-hmm. So Thursday, March 5th. That's the Jackson Downtown Association that's doing those. Tickets are $7 each. And they can be purchased during business hours at Ellie Mills Mertile, Bookish on Main, A.L. Terry Jewelers, Broadway Blooms. And there's several businesses participating in the walk this year. Six Sense Brewing and Tap Room, Arch and Eddie's, Michael's Ice Cream, Broadway Blooms, Oak Medical. Not sure where that is. Do you know where Oak Medical is? Jackson Vinton Farm Bureau, L&N Accounting, Ellie Mills Mertile, Liberty Lane Quilting, Holy Grounds Coffee, the Mayhew Brown Funeral Home, the Glaze Apple, ERA Martin and Associates, the Spot on Main. Be sure to look for the Kids First Committee for the Jackson Public Schools. They'll be outside the Markay set up with information on the earned income tax. The Jackson Transportation, Faith and Fitness, and Bookness on Main. So by the time you get through those, you're going to have so much chocolate.
For $7, that's the deal of the century.
You're not going to know what to do with all that. Brush your teeth. That's all I'm going to say.
Exactly. Don't eat it all at once.
Yeah. So Central Elementary PTO, I believe that's in Vinton County, they announced that the Basket Bingo fundraiser, which had been scheduled for this Thursday evening, March 5th, has been canceled due to flooding in the Vinton County School District. The event has been rescheduled for next Thursday, March 12th, and will take place at Central Elementary Cafetorium in MacArthur. And we have this event. We'll have it in the paper and everything, but you can get on there and see about all the pricing for that. And then I think on these we can wait, and we'll leave that for him for tomorrow because I know we're past time here, and I'm sure everybody's tired of hearing me this morning.
No, that is a lot to cover. Those convention and tourist board meetings get pretty lengthy.
Yeah, so it was a little over an hour, and I wouldn't want to be one of the three gentlemen trying to decide
it's
how
hard to decide how to divvy that up.
How to divvy that up, because I think he said when they added up all the totals for what was being requested, it was like well over $100,000, and they only had, I think it was like 84,000 to be able to distribute.
Pretty choosy about what you do.
And they got certain guidelines. If anybody's watching this and think, well, maybe next year I want to apply for that, you got to make sure you get a hold of them and understand what it is they're looking for there.
Right.
On that.
Absolutely.
Because there were some applications that got thrown out and/or just they ran out of money.
Yeah,
so
for sure. All right. Well, have a great day, everyone. Tomorrow is Jackson something. Baseball. Okay.
But it's Friday.
All right. Well,
Tomorrow's
that sounds
Friday.
good.
Oh, that's
It
probably
is.
the Grand Slam
Oh,
supper.
yeah, their Grand Slam supper.
I think
You're
that's
exactly
this
right.
weekend.
It is.
I do
That's
believe.
always a big one.
Yeah, no, there's always a good one.
Huge fundraiser.
Yeah.
So. All
Chicken
right.
noodles, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good deal. Have a great day, everyone. Should be pretty warm out there, but still some rain in the forecast. So enjoy some warm temperatures, and we'll see you right back here in the morning. Bye-bye.